That sucked. Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Kevin Zwicker from Fast Count coming at you. Before I get into this video, please remember to hit that like button and subscribe. Coming out of the TNA AMC premiere, one of the main complaints that I personally had, and a complaint that I heard coming from several other people, was that episode really felt like an WWE light edition of TNA. It felt as if they got away from what makes TNA. And I was hoping that coming out of this show, that if you were somebody who has never seen an episode of Impact, or is a long time, person who hasn't seen it in a very long time, that they were going to showcase what TNA does best, and that is the Knockouts division, the X division, and another match that is closely associated with TNA and its history is the Feast or Fired ladder match. And we saw that last week. In tonight's episode of Impact, we got the reveal that the person who opened up the briefcase that featured the pink slip, the fired briefcase, was none other than Steve Maclin, which is unfortunate for anybody to get that briefcase. But I honestly thought that coming out of that match, that the person who was going to get that briefcase was going to be Eric Young, right? And maybe that was just me assuming because he's the most, tenured guy on the roster for the most part. He is somebody who's been in and out of TNA several times. So I thought that it was going to be EY. But it's Steve, and it's unfortunate, like I said, for anybody to ever get fired or have their contract up or not renewed. And it looks to be the case. We've seen Steve Maclin on social media already putting his booking email out there. So Steve is currently out there getting indie bookings. And I think that people are going to naturally connect the dots and say, well, his wife, Deanna Peraza's in AEW, so he's probably going to go to AEW, which is a possibility. But if you look at the way that she's been booked in AEW, it hasn't been the greatest. So I don't think that she is going to be somebody who is going to be, stomping her feet to Tony Khan's office and trying to, advocate for him to get a job there when she's probably not having the best time there with her booking and her mainly being featured on Ring of Honor. And us rarely ever seeing her on an episode of Dynamite or Collision these days. But you never know. He's somebody who had a successful TNA run. If you just look at the things that he was able to accomplish, the title runs that he was able to do, him being featured in a prominent position from time to time, I think that this is nothing to where he should hold his head down. And just like the great Macho Man Randy Savage once said, the cream rises to the top. So this probably isn't going to be the last time we hear from Steve Maclin. He's going to be out there getting bookings. It's not out of the question that he's going to end up in AEW, because even if his wife isn't having the greatest time with her booking, she probably would enjoy having her husband on the road with her on a consistent basis as well. So you never know. There's always this outside chance of him being able to join the WWE. But let me know what you guys think in the comments section. Did you think it was going to be Steve that was going to get the briefcase? Did you think it was going to be Eric Young? Do you think that I'm an idiot for even thinking it was going to be Eric Young? And do you think he ends up in AEW? Let me know in the comment section, guys. Please remember to hit that like button and subscribe. I am Kevin Zwicker. I'm out.